Hello lovelies, welcome back to another video. I thought I would jump on the Tortoise Shell bandwagon and give that design a go for myself. So here's what we're going to be using. I have got 4 Neo gel polishes. The first one that I'm going to be using is Salty Caramel. The next one then is Pure Black. I will also be using their base coat, and I thought I would try out their hard top coat as well too, just to kind of give it a go. I haven't tried it out before, so let's jump in and get started. Okay, so as you can see, I have my nail tips all buffed and ready for application. If this was natural nails I'd be doing this on, I would obviously prep and prime and base coat, but as it's just my play tips, I can go on ahead in with a coat of Salty Caramel. As you can see, this is a really rich, creamy formula. It goes on so nice. So I only needed 1 coat of that. It's so highly pigmented. So I'm just going to put a coat of that on all 5 nails and then cure in the lamp. Okay, so while our nails are curing in the lamp, I'm just going to go ahead and prep for this next bit of the design. I am putting down some base coat, and my intent is to kind of make like a bit of a sort of like a muddy kind of blacky brown colour. So I'm putting a little dot of black and some Salty Caramel as well too, just to kind of warm the tone. And I'm just kind of going to mix all those together and make like almost a sort of translucent blackish brownish colour, as you'll see in a moment. Okay, so here's our cured nails, and I'm just going to go ahead now and start applying that concoction that we mixed up, that kind of muddy browny sort of concoction that we mixed up onto the nails. Now, because they still have the inhibition layer, this here it'll kind of sort of almost bleed out a little bit, but that's exactly what we want, because we don't want it to be a sort of a solid colour. We sort of want to still have some translucency basically to it. So I'm just applying it as and where I want it to go on all 5 nails. I thought I would leave this here just sort of in real time to sort of show how quick this design could be whenever you are working with a client. It's just so quick and easy to do, and you don't have to be particularly neat. So once I have the splodges on, if you will, I'm then going to go back in with some black gel polish and just kind of put a darker, some darker detail on those splodges again. But I'm only going to put that in a little bit, just kind of either in the center or even offsetting some of those splodges, just to kind of give that tortoise shell effect, which you will actually see here in a moment. It just adds some depth. So like I say, some black gel polish, and you don't have to be too neat about this here. You can put it in the center, you can put it near the edges. It is just to give it that darker detail that the tortoise shell design actually has. Okay, so while our nails are curing, I'm just moving on to prepping the next stage of our design, and I'm putting down once again some of that base coat onto some backing paper, and then I will also be adding a dot of the Salt Caramel And I'm going to be mixing these two colours together to kind of create like a translucent amber colour. I'm going to paint this over our cured nails just to create a little bit more depth and warmth to the design, to kind of give it that almost sort of slightly blurred out tortoise shell effect. Okay, just a quick side note here. I did decide to go in and add a tiny bit of black just to kind of deepen that colour a little bit more. I thought that it would add just, like I say, a bit more depth to it before actually painting over our nails. It will come out quite translucent, so I just wanted to add a bit more darker tone to it, just to sort of deepen it down a little bit more. Okay, so going in now over the design with our mix, and I'm just going to be putting a really thin layer. As you can see, it is quite translucent, and it doesn't alter really sort of the design underneath. It just creates a really nice warm amber tone to the actual design, so it gives it a little bit more warmth and kind of like blurs it and brings it all sort of together to create that tortoise shell effect. Okay, so now that we're out of the lamp, I decided that because I had some of the sort of dark, muddy kind of black mixture left over, that I would actually go back over some of the splodges with that there and just kind of randomly set them here and there, sort of in the middle, offset to the side, that kind of thing, just to kind of like bleed out a little bit. And I'm so glad I done this step because I just think that it just added the final detail and just made it look really, really, really good. So I'm just applying that there before curing in the lamp. Okay, so now on to the final stage of our design, which is the top coat. I'm going in with the Neo Nail. I think this was the first time that I'd actually used this top coat, and I was actually really impressed. I thought it was really lovely. So I'm just going in with a nice layer of that, a nice thin layer of that there, and capping the free edge as well. That is a really good habit to get into, even if it's just a play or practice set, because obviously whenever you're working on an actual client's nails, natural nails, whatever, you want to make sure that you cap that free edge to make sure that your top coat lasts and to obviously seal everything in. So going in then obviously with just that last coat, and then we're going to cure in the lamp and we shall see what the final design looks like. So there we have it. That is our final design. I hope you like the outcome. I absolutely love it. I'm so thrilled to bits with how they actually turned out. And I would say, if you're a beginner to nail art, definitely give this design a go, because it is actually quite easy to do, and it's such a beautiful effect. The Neo Nail gel polishes were a dream to work with, as always. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So I'm now going to announce the St. Patrick's Day giveaway winner, which is coming up next, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so a big thank you to all who entered our giveaway competition. It was a roaring success, and I shall be doing more in the future. But for now, we can only have one winner, and that is Tina Camacho. So Tina, congratulations, lovely. If you want to give me a shout via the website, which is www.nailsugar.co.uk, you'll find the email address, contact details on there. Drop me a line and I will get your prize organised and sent out to you. So congratulations. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all again next week. Bye.